Okay, so hello everyone. This is Shuzhe. Today I'm going to talk about CLA1 presentation. So here's my agenda. First, I will talk about Google's Project Fi introduction. Then we'll talk about comparing Verizon with Google's Project Fi. And then we'll talk about three features. The first one is price, second one is coverage and data speed, third one is phone options. And after that, we will go to the conclusion and also identify the competitive strategies. So let's go. So first one, what is the Google's Project Fi? So with the change and development of technology, we have a strong competitor recently. Google's Project Fi is a unique, easy to use and evolved wireless carrier, and while it's still a niche choice because of its very limited selection when it comes to phones, it is surprising well in our annual Breeders' Choice pool. That means if you are interested in Google's Pixel phone, it's worth considering. So let's compare a Verizon with Google's Project Fi. So first we'll talk about the price, then coverage and data speed, and last one is phone options. So let's talk about price first. First, let's talk about the cost of Google Fi first. After all, price is one of the most important factors in choosing a carrier. The first thing you should know is that Fi doesn't offer unlimited data. As with other virtual networks, its plans makes more sense for low to medium data users. Like you will pay $20 for the first line and $15 for each additional phone line, $10 for each additional tablet, and $10 for each 1 GB of data. There's no contract, so you can cancel at any time. We look at several different permutations of plans and found that Fi was generally cheaper than T-Mobile or Sprint. For individuals and families using less than 4 to 5 GB data per person, and more expensive for individual and family who use more data. So Fi plan can be cheaper than it seems because you only pay for the data you use. Like if you think you are going to use 5 GB, but actually you only use 2 GB, so you only have to pay for 2 GB, not 5. Fi is also the only carrier we've seen that offers unlimited international LTE, high-speed roaming at domestic rates. On the other hand, Verizon, we all know that it's known to be the most expensive of the big four carriers. It's like the monthly payment should be at least $50 or more. My friends only use Verizon when they are traveling to places like national parks or deserts where we cannot get any good signal. So since most of the time we are so for example, for me, we are in the big cities of the Bay Area, there's not much difference between the carriers. So most of us will still use T-Mobile or AT&T. Next one, we'll talk about the coverage and data speed. So Verizon's American network is the largest and has a clear advantage. According to Whistle Out, the Red Hill LTE building covers 70% of the US market, while T-Mobile, which makes up one of the Google Fi's top 3 networks, ranks second among the top 4 carriers at 59%. Sprint is the last one, covered 27% of the country, while US Cellular is a regional player. So Verizon also has a big advantage in speed as well. In our test earlier this year, the network ranked first in downloads and uploads. It claims that 5 of the 8 cities we visited had the fastest service, particularly in Chicago, which had an average download speed of about 21 miles per Mbps over second place Sprint. So if coverage and fast data are important to you, Verizon is your choice. That said, Google Fi has a trick that could mitigate Verizon's advantage to some extent. So Google Fi includes 3 networks. And if you have a phone that you buy directly from a carrier, rather than a generic analog device like the iPhone, your phone can smartly switch between T-Mobile, Sprint, and US Cellular's tower, offering the fastest data speeds as you want. So it depends on the situation. Like in different areas, you can choose different carrier for Google Fi. So then we'll talk about the phone options. So first, as the largest carrier in the United States, Verizon sells a variety of phones. Its website currently shows off 29 models from the latest iPhone and Galaxy S phones to Motorola's budget-rich offering and even the unusual red Hydrogen One. Verizon is the only carrier outside of Google Fi to sell Google Pixel phones. The, the breadth of choice is also a good thing, right? So instead, Google Fi only sells Google Pixel in its store. These phones are the only ones that support Fi network switching and networking enhancement, routing all mobile and Wi-Fi traffic through Google's secure VPN. I know a lot of people, including my friends, who use iPhones all the time. So if you are a loyal Apple user, Google Fi may not be your choice. So then we come to the conclusion and also identify competitive strategies. First of all, based on the above points, I will briefly elaborate our competitive strategies with Google's Project Fi. We are far ahead of Google's Project Fi in terms of phone options, coverage, and speed. So the only obvious disadvantage that will greatly affect customers' choice is price. If we can provide more personalized experience of the plan, the price doesn't occupy a significant disadvantage, then we will still be the giant of carrier, not to be outdone by Google's profile. So these are my personal opinions. And that's it. Thank you so much. Any questions?